A new chapter of the story begins, the rise of Xiao Yan toward becoming a saint. Without a doubt, many exciting events await us ahead. It all starts with the attack on the Fallen Star Pavilion, the second assault launched by the Hall of Souls. After Xiao Yan swallowed the Bodhi pill and prepared for secluded cultivation to purify his Bodhi heart, he released the traitor Han Feng. Xiao Yan had deliberately kept him alive, waiting for the moment when Yao Lao could personally settle this long-standing score. He took a jade bottle from his storage ring, and Han Feng's sealed soul instantly flew out. The moment Yao Chen saw Han Feng, his expression turned extremely complex, filled with hatred, sorrow, and confusion. This vicious being before him had once been his most beloved disciple, a student who once held as much of his hope as Xiao Yan himself. But this evil disciple, in his greed for the flame mantra technique, had joined hands with the Hall of Souls to stab his teacher in the back. Xiao Yan handed Han Feng's soul to his master, asking him to personally deal with this treacherous disciple who had betrayed his teacher. Upon being released, Han Feng saw the resurrected Yao Lao. Yet, unlike in the novel or the manhua, he did not kneel and beg for mercy. Instead, he arrogantly rose and began shouting and reproaching Yao Lao, as if blaming him for his own fate. Then, losing control from anger and shame, Han Feng suddenly soared into the air and launched a furious attack on Yao Lao. In the original novel, Han Feng's soul had been terrified at the mere sight of Yao Chen and immediately begged for forgiveness. But in the anime, the soul that had once been no more than a Do Huang emperor dared to attack Yao Chen, unaware of the danger. It was clear that he already understood. Neither Yao Chen nor Xiao Yan would ever let him go. Instead of suffering eternally in a bottle under heavenly flame, he chose to fight to the death. Perhaps Han Feng did not even realize that Yao Lao had already reached the level of half-saint, Ban Sheng. At that time, Han Feng's strength was only around the level of a Do Huang or, at most, a Do Zong, while Yao Lao, after his resurrection, had already reached the realm of a powerful half-saint. To attack him was nothing short of suicide. With Yao Chen's power, he could have destroyed Han Feng with a single glance, and that is most likely what happened in the anime. Yao Lao showed no mercy and executed him instantly. Yet, even after avenging his great hatred, Yao Chen felt no joy, only an endless sorrow. Xiao Yan deeply understood his teacher's pain. In the novel, to comfort Yao Chen, he knelt and bowed twice, solemnly swearing that his master had both taught and raised him, that he was not only his teacher but also his father. In the future, Xiao Yan would repay all the humiliation and suffering his teacher had endured. Even more touching was that Kai Lin, standing beside him, also knelt together with Xiao Yan. As his wife, she followed his example to honor the man worthy of being called a father and a master. This deeply moved Yao Chen, giving him a moment of peace and relief. After this emotional moment, Xiao Yan began preparing for his breakthrough to the Saint Realm, a process that lasted 2 years. During that time, a new powerful enemy appeared, the old monster Tianming, most likely the figure shown from behind in the trailer. However, some believe that it might instead be the Hall of Souls leader, Hunmi Shen, a saint of 5 stars, who could have been the one to send the Tianzuns to attack the Fallen Star Pavilion. But since Hunmi Shen did not appear personally and the main opponent shown was Tianming, it is more likely that Tianming himself led the assault. After Xiao Yan obtained many Bodhi seeds and Yao Lao successfully refined the Bodhi pill, countless experts took notice. Especially those who had been stuck at the peak of the Do Zun level, dreaming of breaking through to half-saint. Many of them began joining the Fallen Star Pavilion, hoping to prove themselves and perhaps earn one of Yao Lao's treasures. By this time, the Fallen Star Pavilion had surpassed not only all other pavilions but even the Great Valleys, becoming a true superpower of the Central Plains. The Tianming sect had long been ranked number 1, and as the pavilion expanded, territorial conflicts began to arise. The Tianming sect then allied with forces such as the Ice River Valley and the Wind and Lightning Pavilion, forming the Deep River Alliance. 2 years had passed since Xiao Yan entered secluded cultivation, and no one expected his silence to last so long. Although he possessed the heart and the Bodhisattva pill, his progress was slow, and his body only gradually purified and strengthened. The Fallen Star Pavilion declared his place of seclusion forbidden, while Yao Lao kept watch, sensing his disciple's faint but stable aura, believing Xiao Yan was preparing for a crucial breakthrough. Meanwhile, the Central Plains underwent great changes. Under Yao Lao's leadership, the pavilion grew rapidly, and rumors of the Bodhisattva pill attracted countless experts, making the faction equal to the ancient powers. Yet with this rise came envy and conflict, as old enemies formed the Spirit River Alliance to destroy the Pavilion. Yao Lao fortified their defenses by linking cities through spatial tunnels, and in the end, the enemies failed to break their lines. Around that time, shocking news spread across the continent. The ancient Lin clan had vanished without a trace, leaving their territory in lifeless ruins. The ancient clans quickly realized this was no coincidence. Someone was hunting the ancient jade pieces of Tu Shi, once divided among 8 great clans. All signs pointed toward the mysterious movements of the Han clan, whose ambitions were now undeniable. This event marked the beginning of a new wave of turmoil that would soon herald Xiao Yan's awakening. As old and new powers struggled for dominance, an earth-shaking battle became inevitable. In the trailer, we see the appearance of Tianming himself, the founder of the Tianming sect, a powerful cultivator at the high stage of half-saint. Although only his silhouette was shown, his very presence signaled that the conflict had reached a new and dangerous stage. Soon after, Tianming personally led the assault on the fallen Star Pavilion. He opened a spatial rift and instantly killed one of the pavilion's strongest Do Zun experts. In response, Yao Lao, together with Xiao Yixian, the Queen Medusa, and Qing Lin, prepared to resist. Although Tianming's strength was roughly equal to Yao Lao's, he dared to attack because he had support from the Hall of Souls. On his side stood Gue Yu, the second Tianzun with the title of Saint Gue Yu, and another half-saint known as the third Tianzun. Against 3 half-saints, even Yao Lao found himself in grave danger. On the day of the decisive battle, the members of the fallen Star Pavilion stood in full readiness. Suddenly, the space before them was violently torn apart, forming a massive spatial crack. From it surged a chilling, oppressive aura like a flood, and a thunderous voice echoed through the air. "Yao Chen, long time no see. How have you been?" The speaker was none other than the old monster Tianming, the founder of the Tianming sect. 2 longtime rivals met again, and hostility filled the air from the very first words. Yao Lao immediately realized that this time Tianming had brought nearly all of his sect's power. In the next instant, the space trembled once again, and 2 more figures emerged from the void, exuding cold, sinister pressure. The 2 senior Tianzuns of the Hall of Souls, Gue Yu and another half-saint at the initial stage. With this, the opposing side now possessed 3 half-saints in total. Such a disparity in power caused the elders of the fallen Star Pavilion to pale. The situation was dire. At that critical moment, Yao Lao made his decision. He would face 2 half-saints, Tianming and Gue Yu, alone, while the Queen Medusa, Qing Lin, and Xiao Yixian would hold off the weaker half-saint together. As both sides clashed, the tension reached its peak. Without hesitation, Yao Lao vanished from sight and reappeared before his enemies. His body flared with overwhelming Do Qi, instantly trapping his opponents within his power field. The great battle had begun. We are about to witness an extraordinary confrontation. Thank you very much for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments about Han Feng's fate and the attack of such powerful enemies on the Pavilion. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and see you next time.